Hi there, if you're new to my channel, my name's Sonia and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a balloon dog using a little bit of balloon magic. If you're not new to this channel, you know I normally go into a lot more complicated balloon designs. However, I am here today for beginners who may be looking to twist their first bit of balloon and create some balloon magic for the first time. If this is your first time choosing to do balloons, I'm honored that you're here and watching this video, and I'm excited to help you along on that journey of learning how to make balloon designs. One of the big things I love about doing balloons is the joy that it can bring to someone by presenting to them just a simple balloon dog. And you too can start your journey of spreading joy through balloon art. So let's get to it. So here's a balloon dog that I made earlier. So I'm going to aim to have proportions very similar to this one within my finished design. The beauty of balloon dogs is if it doesn't look exactly the same, that's okay. As long as it resembles a dog, you're going to have one happy person receiving that balloon. So this yellow balloon dog here has been created with what's called a 260 balloon. You can purchase 260 balloons from many places. When you're ready to level up your game, I have brands that I would recommend. Ask me questions below. To blow up a balloon, unless you've got lungs of steel, you're going to need a balloon pump. And I tell you what, I cannot blow up a single balloon without a pump. I've got my favorite one here behind me, which is an electric pump known as a Legenda, and that one is going to help me out today, but you don't need a fancy electric balloon pump to get started. So I'm going to inflate now with my pump. Some of the fundamentals that you need to know before twisting balloons is to make sure that you leave some uninflated tail, and that is going to ensure that your air has somewhere to go. If you run out of uninflated tail, that's where things start to get a bit tight and can go pop and explode, and that's going to put off a brand new balloon twister. So try not to do that. But that is something you'll learn and get more comfortable with. And as you can see there, it's approximately 8 fingers width wide for me. The challenge can be sometimes knowing just how much air to put into the balloon, enough for your design, but not enough that you can't get all the twists in it that you want. And to help get yourself started for when you're going to twist, squeezing in the balloon first as you twist can really help you to be a bit more accurate with where the twisting happens. It's not to say you can't just twist, because the balloon will respond, but it does help us to be a bit more intentional and precise with our bubble sizes. Make sure that when you twist, if you hold on to the first or last bubble in the chain, those bubbles in between won't come undone. But if we let go, oh no, we're back to square one. Make sure that you always twist in the same direction. And what that means is any twist that we do won't come undone. Let me quickly show you. How did that happen? It's because we didn't actually twist in the same way. I like to hold the balloon in my non-dominant hand and do most of the twisting with the other, but sometimes it interchanges a little bit. When you're trying to master balloons, proportions is everything. But for now, we're going to go with approximate sizes. And one of the best ways to help achieve somewhat consistent sizes is using your fingers as a unit of measure and making sure that you give each bubble at least 3 twists as you go. Then that's going to help ensure that those twists don't come undone in the meanwhile, because if you don't put enough twist into the balloon, that's another area where when you're learning, things can quickly come undone in more ways than one. 1, 2, 3. And I find that helps to lock things in. All right, are you ready? Let's get started. Let's make that balloon dog. First, starting off, I've got my 4 fingers I'm going to use to twist off the head. In terms of ears, I like to do a bubble that's about the same size as the head. I'm going to go ahead to use my 4 fingers again. And now we want to twist off a bubble that is the same in length as this one. A quick way to do this, bring your balloon down alongside the bubbles you've created. Give it a bit of a squish with your fingers and twist and lock it up. If you got this far, you're doing great. Let's keep going. Something to look out for as you're twisting, you might notice that the sides of the bubbles here, near where I've been twisting, is a little bit wider than further down in the balloon. So we can give that a little bit of a squish to help encourage the air towards the tail end, and that's going to help reduce the chance of your balloon popping. Because when things start to get a little bit too tight in there, that's when you can have pops, and we try to avoid the pops. It can be very discouraging when you're learning to twist. Now for the neck, I like to do a fairly small bubble, so I'm going to go with a 2-finger bubble. So as I go, I'm just squeezing in that balloon and twisting with my opposite hand. So now I need to do 2 front legs, and I'm going to do them in the same way we did the ears. We're doing good. Now, what we just need to be mindful of here is how much balloon we have left. We want to try and have the back legs the same size as the front ones, although you can get away with it being a little bit smaller. But basically, this is going to help you determine how big you should do your body bubble. Sometimes it might be longer, which I'm certainly not going to get away with here, or other times it can be shorter. And I tend to like a smaller tummy for the doggy, but it's fun to play around and determine exactly what you like. So if we give it a switch, and with the remainder bubble, I actually need to get the back legs, but we must have a bit of plaited tail. So that's really important to locking it up. Now, a quick trick to help lock in that back end is just take that back bubble and pop it through the dog's legs, and that way it can really help to lock it in and less chance of it coming undone too quick. So what you might notice in this design here is I've made the back legs a little bit smaller, and that's okay, my dog has character, but I hope you'll agree with me when I say I think it still looks great. Let's compare them side by side. So don't be afraid to just get in there and make a balloon. Maybe you don't get it right the first time round, but practice is what's going to help get you there. And I'm going to show you a secret little trick here. And actually it's not a secret and it's not a trick, but I'm going to show you a quick way that we can change up one of these dogs. So for this doggy, we are going to actually give him floppy ears. To do that, just making a quick adjustment here. So we've got the ears at the front and the head is pointing to the sky. Very gently, pull these balloons apart. And I'm encouraging the head of the dog to come through those ears. So far we have something that looks a bit like this, but we're not done yet. So now we need to do the same but with the neck bubble. Pull them gently, pull apart these ears and ease the neck bubble into it. And now we have a floppy-eared dog. How cute are they? So let's put those two aside for now because I have a challenge for you. If you've been twisting balloons for some time, the balloon dog, you would be very used to it, very familiar with it. Let's find out just how fast you are at this staple design in the balloon twister's arsenal. Here before you today, I'm going to try and make a balloon dog as quickly as I can, paying attention to the principles of twisting and getting the proportions just so. So let's see if I can work a little bit of balloon magic. And start. And done. What do you think? I reckon I could have done a bit better actually, but I'm pretty happy with how quickly that went. So now my challenge to you, I want you to show me just how fast you can make a balloon dog. To participate in the challenge, I encourage you to film a video of yourself making a balloon dog and make sure to keep track of the time and let's see who's the quickest. If you are able to do a time that beats mine, you know it is game on and we're going to have a competition. One of the biggest compliments I often get when I'm twisting a balloon is, wow, you're so quick. I haven't seen anyone as quick as you. And I think time really helps us to build up those skills. Although I often say the line inspires me because seeing a long line stretching before you makes you want to be as quick as you can be. I don't know about you, but it's certainly true in my experience. Then that is it for this video. Whether this is your first time here or you've been a long time viewer, thank you so much for being here and thank you for helping me to put a positive twist in your life, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.